Yeah, Pimp My Barb is different. Pimp My Barb, I take a chunk of money and I go to the auction house and I build them a complete set from scratch. It's challenging, but I I often find that I can get like really good sets for I don't know, like the 20 million Pimp My Barb set that I built, man. That was amazing. It had like 1250 resist or something, and yeah. So I think this will actually help a lot of you. I'm going to try to make the best set that I can for 30 million. 30 million is enough to follow a DPS strategy. So let's see what I can do. Hopefully lots of good tips here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to search for a shield. I want to find something that has crit chance on it, and hopefully is a sacred shield. It's not necessary for it to be that, but with this budget, I think I can afford to get a good one. So let's try to find crit chance, block chance, sacreds. Okay, so as you can see, like the dread shields are a lot cheaper, right? Just visually here, the cheap ones are always the dread shields, while the expensive ones are the sacreds. Don't think I want to spend more than say 5 million on a shield. So let's limit ourselves a bit. I have a well, I want a high crit chance though. Let's say 8.5% minimum out of a maximum of 10. Okay, so we got this. The block block chance is too low, I think, for the price. I'm gonna keep looking. This here is a nice shield, but it's too expensive, so I'm not gonna pick it up. And presumably, one of these shields is gonna be nice, hopefully. So I'm limiting myself to 5 million here, because in my experience, items, the item quality between 3 and 10 million is a small distance. So I'm actually looking to get something for less than 3 million, but I gave myself some wiggle room there. You're not going to get a huge improvement from 3 to 10 million. Maybe slightly bigger stats or something like that. Okay. So it seems like there's no good secrets for under 5 million. That's kind of bad news. I mean, maybe I need to spend more on the shield, or maybe I need to go and just get a better deal on a dread shield. So I'm gonna check these out. Maybe there's a sick dread shield in here that has the things that I want. Like for example, you can already see this has a 10% life. If I could have found a sacred with that for 1.5 million, that would be really good. If this were a lower Pimp My Barb challenge, I would have gone with this guy. But since I have a lot more money, I'm gonna try to get something more stronger, but a bit more expensive too. So actually, it seems like the crit chance shields strategy is already going around the internet. People are buying these up. I'm actually considering picking this up. Compared to the other ones here, I like this one the most. I'm gonna pick it up. Screw it. So sadly, unable to find a sacred shield with that had the stats that I wanted. I picked that one up because I felt like it was one of the better ones that showed up, but not too happy about it. But it's alright. I spent 1.5 million. I still have lots of money here. I'm gonna try to get a weapon next. So let's see what I can find there. So I want a weapon. I don't want to spend too much on it. Let's say 3.5 million. And I'm looking for a socket. Always a socket. And hopefully some other stats. But first I'm going to search just like this. Okay, so both of these guys are putting in red gems to make their weapons show higher. It's a popular strategy. But this weapon here is actually better than those. Okay. How much DPS would I have to sacrifice if I wanted something with strength on it? Significant amount, right? Quite a bit. But maybe one of these has a bunch of good stats on it. It's possible, so I'm going to check it out. But the answer is not really. I'm going to search for a smaller strength amount now. Okay, so I feel like something like this is actually stronger than one of those 890 ones, because the strength, like a quick and dirty way to value it is to just add the strength to the DPS. It's not very accurate, but it's not horrible either. I'm still looking for that weapon that's going to have some differential here, some nice thing that I would want to check. Okay, so strength is not working out. I'm going to do vitality searches now. I find that people undervalue vitality on weapons because they think, oh no, my weapon needs to do tons of damage, let's get strength on it. But you can actually get some good amounts of vitality for not too much. So this here is already an example. It's just under the value without the vitality. It's like 23 DPS lower. This one here has even more. I would like to get you an axe or a mace so you can be ready to do some weapon master action, but yeah, I'll have to look into that. So this mace here for 3, it's not looking too bad. Monty, do you have a preference? Do you want to make sure I get a mace or axe, or do you not care as much? I'm torn between this mighty weapon here for 3. It has a relatively high attack speed, or the mace, which has some dex on it and lower DPS. But it's a mace, so you could use the weapon master. Alright, you're not really responding, so I kind of have to use my judgment here. Okay, you don't care, sorry. I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm going to pick up this mace here for the resell value, because I think you might... like, mighty weapons are barb only, so I definitely want to get a discount if I'm buying one of those, just for the resale problems later on. Like the Dex Vit mace might go to some monk or something, you know what I mean? So I picked that one up for you. Alright, so that mace was 3.333. I'll just write that down. I still have roughly 25 million to work with. So let's move on. I already have my weapon, my shield. Let's try for some rings here. I haven't actually searched rings for a while, but how much would it cost me to get crit chance and crit damage? And maybe I need to put some minimum amount here. So let's say crit chance at least 3%, crit damage at least 25, so I get like the upper above average rings, let's say. And then, yeah, just having those two stats already made it expensive, right? But I'm going to look for one that has additional good things. Like this ring that it's being compared to here. Actually, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to put the grid damage a little bit lower. Maybe that will make it cheaper. I'm going to try 18. I think I managed to get this other ring that I have for so cheap. I only paid 2 million for that one, right? Only paid 2 million for the ring on the right there because all the stats are at a low. It's a level 56 ring. Maybe, yeah, that made it considerably cheaper here. So maybe there's a good ring in here that I can find. I would want it to have a whole bunch of stats if I can. Maybe I can find something similar to what I had. So none of these so far. So the problem with low-level rings is that they're going to have very weak numbers. But if you get lucky, you can get something that's quite a few stats on it. Okay, you know what? Maybe I need to add another stat on the search because this is just way too much junk. The price is like there's hundreds of rings in here. I'm not really finding anything. So I'm going to add a few stats and just cycle through them. Let's say I want a ring with strength. What do I have? Okay, there's always the option of going for the blue rings. I think this here might be worth this price actually. It's definitely worse than mine, but 900k is a low amount for a ring with both strength, vitality, and the stuff. So I might end up picking that up. Yeah, this one here is basically the same and already twice the price. Okay, this one has more vitality, but it's 2 million. Yeah, I'm just going to pick up this first one then. I need to get 2 rings anyways. So that's 900. I'll now do a vitality search. Maybe I can do... This is not too bad either for 650. $650 is a relatively low amount to pay for a ring right now with these stats. This one here has both strength, vitality, and armor, so it's even more enticing. But it is 2.5 million. Let's do this search instead. This has a lot of vitality. And socket's nice. You can put a nice gem in there. Rings usually the most expensive. Normally, if this were a lower challenge or lower Pimp My Barb amount, I would try to go for the blue ones, blue rings for almost nothing. But since I have enough money to work with, I'm actually going to try to find a ring with more stats on it. Yeah, however here I'm already bumping into the 3 million. You can see these rings are not getting any better. It's just like different prices, right? So a little bit of life on hit here, it's not bad. 3 million, This one I think is quite nice actually. That's a high roll of strength and vitality for a ring, and it has some fire resist. 3.5 million is expensive, but I'm gonna pick it up, shore up the stats, and it's definitely worth that much. So you can move it later. Alright, so far I've spent around 9.25, let's say, million. And I still have 20,750,000. A little bit more than that, but it's going to be good enough there. Okay, so I got the rings. I'm going to look for an amulet next. I want an amulet probably with just one of these stats, one of the crit hit things, but also life on hit. Let's say 370 life on hit. I don't want to put 400. I might miss out on that good one that has only 390 life on hit. And I'm also going to search for some crit hit chance. I mean, it's going to have a little bit more, so I'm going to ask for at least 6%. Let's see what pops out. Okay, I also want it to be rare. I'm looking for the amulet that has like a whole bunch of stats, you know? Okay, so this one is not it. No. Yeah, it seems like these are rapidly climbing in price as well. Okay, so before I just try to widen the search, I'm just going to search for different stats on it. Maybe life percentage. Can I get something with high life percentage? Like this here, 13% life and life on hit 430 for 800k. Maybe I can get something better. I definitely want to try to get like some... Let's try it with crit hit damage. Okay, this one's not too bad. 12% life is a lot of life, but it's also 3.5 million. There's definitely some inflation going on this crit hit damage thing. Like the prices are going rapidly upwards. It's hard for me to say if this is worth it. I'm actually going to increase the search here to 10 million just to get a feel for what other amulets are out there. How much what I could get for if I paid a little bit more. Yeah, so this thing here adds a lot of vitality to the stats the other one already has, but it's 6. And these two are very similar actually. But this one's 6.5. Okay. Yeah, finding good amulets and rings is very difficult. You're always trying to find that one item that's underpriced on the auction house. I don't think I'm willing to give up on the life on hit. But let's see what else I can get here. So I'm going to go with a blank crit hit chance. Maybe I can find one that has a small number on the crit hit chance but has some really good stats to make up for it. This one here seems nice, actually. Fire resist is okay. Vitality, life on hit, armor, and 7.5 for 3. Yeah, I might do this one. Just gonna do a quick look, see if there's anything else that could be better. The price is nice. I don't want to spend 5-6 million on an amulet. Okay. I think it's probably one of the better deals up right now. Okay, I'm just going to move on. I'm going to pick this up. It has a combination of random stats on it that are nice. So, 3.8. Alright, so that puts me at 13 million spent and also 50k. Okay, but those are the expensive pieces. The rest shouldn't be as hard. Let's try to find a chest piece. Actually, I want to get a helmet first. First, I'm going to check the Endario's Visage with the socket, and if I remember correctly, the way to search for that is to Legendary, 60, attack speed, and crit chance with a socket. So this should show me... Okay, that did not work out. What can I do instead? Why don't I just search for helms that are legendary and have a crit chance and a socket? Maybe I'll see some helms of command as well. Maybe let's put a cap here, 5 million. Just see what pops out. I definitely want at least 4% crit chance there. So, oh wait, that kills the... I can't do that because then I won't see the Endarios. But alright, let's take a look. No. 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 So I could either pick up a Helm of Command with Strength or some other really good stat, or an Endario's Visage for the deeps. Okay, this one has added Vitality. .4% life, not really a big deal. I would have expected to see some Endarios by now. The price must be going up. I don't understand. Is Endarios not 60? Oh, it's not. It's 58. Okay, that's why. That's why it didn't work. So let's check out some Endario Visage then with how much is that going for? Okay, the intelligence is the cheapest now. It used to be strength. This one only has 5% attack speed. I think I want 6. So that's why I couldn't find it. But yeah, the strength used to be the cheapest. You'd be able to get it cheaply. Okay, so seems like the 6% ones are not really on the market right now for less than a lot of money. Man, okay, I'm gonna do that search again though. Take off the helm so that I can search for attack speed, otherwise you can't. And I'm gonna force it to have 6%. So, wait, what is this? Oh, intelligence. Okay, nothing but intelligence here. The first with strength is at 5 million. So the price has been going up. That makes sense. It's a pretty good helmet. However, I think I'm going to try to get a cheaper one with 5% because I think I can get a pretty good discount for doing that. So yeah, this is 2.5. I'm not going to pay 2.5 million for 1% attack speed. So I'm picking this guy up for 2.5 million. Okay, so I have spent 15,550,000, and I might be able to get some cheaper pieces from now on. Let's look at shoulders. I like my shoulders to have a huge amount of strength on them. It's I don't feel like I pay too much for getting a ridiculous amount on them. And I also need to work on my all resist because I basically don't have any. Okay, so let's say I want more than that. I'm going to shoot for the crafted ones actually, so let's say 64 here. Okay, so these are all really expensive. I'm going to lower the strength requirement a bit and also drop down to 58 here, and hopefully a lot cheaper shoulders are still showing up. Okay, that's good. It's kind of was looking for a little bit of variety, but maybe I can also ask for a third stat here. I'm going to try for life percentage. No, that immediately made it expensive. So I'm going to go instead for some vitality, maybe? Okay, so this one's not too bad. Not too bad. Has 4 stats that I like, and the free dexterity there. And it's definitely better than these other ones that are more expensive here. Well, I'm trying to save a bit, so I'm going to pick up this guy for 1.75. Alright. So that means I have spent 17 million and 300k. Now let's look at bracers. Actually, let's look at belt, because belt, it's basically the same as a shoulder in terms of stats that it can have. I guess the advantage is you can find something like this that has some barbarian only. Well, I guess you're looking for strength. It shouldn't matter. I don't know why this guy's only 1.2. Right? Seems like it's not that much different from these other ones. I don't really like it though. The poison resist is not exactly that good. I'm gonna try a different combination of stats here. Let's actually okay. Let's see what happens if I drop the strength. Can I get some much higher belt in terms of other stats? Yeah, these are expensive, man. I might need to pick up a slightly cheaper one. I'm gonna try without the life percentage just to see what happens. So I'm going back over, I'm gonna increase here the strength again. Yeah, these are rapidly becoming expensive. Seems like gear's becoming more expensive, guys. What happens if I require to have vitality? Yeah, that's not a very high amount of vitality though. Okay, I'm gonna search instead for life leech. Life leech is pretty strong if you can get it on the mighty belt. Doesn't seem like it's happening though. Yeah, people are going a little crazy on the valuation of life steal here. I don't think this is worth 50 million. So I guess that idea is gone. I'm gonna bring back up the resistance though. Maybe I can get something with a rather high all resist for not too much. If I just don't require to have too many of the good stats. I think this one here is competent for 1.2. What was the... If I sacrifice the vitality but just ask for more strength, how much is it in comparison? Yeah, the price is rapidly going up. Okay, let's try something else then. What if I ask for more resist all, just to see? I'm looking for that one item that's going to have like 5 or 6 stats that I can get some benefit from. I'm definitely going to be careful with the choice. I don't want to, like, I'm limited in the amount of money I have left, so I don't want to spend 3 million on a belt that's only a little bit better than a 1 million belt, you know? So, got to be careful. Okay, so no good deals there either. I'm going to go back here and see if I can find something I can use. So not really vitality maybe. I really like the price on this guy, but cold resist is worthless, so this one has fire. Fire is a little bit more useful. This one has dex and regen, but the price again doubled, so I think I might end up going with this guy here. Or I can try, I'm going to try lowering the resistance again. I'm going to give this one more try here. I don't think a little bit of resist is going to make a huge difference compared to how many other good stats I could get on it. But this is definitely proving to be difficult to shop for. I actually like this guy here for 2.3. Has the armor is adding up onto that resist all. This is basically a 73 resist all, or 74 resist all. And it has life percentage, vitality, and strength. For 2.3, I don't think that's too bad. I don't think there's anything much better to be found. Yeah, I'm going to get this guy for 2.3. That means I have 10 million and 400k to work with. At this point, I'm going to actually send all of this to my stash and equip it. I want to kind of check out what my stats look like. I also need to remember to save some money for the gems, so the rest of my pieces are going to have to be a little on the cheap side, perhaps. Okay, so that's... Oh, hold on. I think this is what I have so far. And I have a 35% crit, which is enough to get the ball rolling. I need a lot of vitality still, which I'm going to get from my chest and my pants. But I only